Hi everyone and welcome to the FM network. My name's Kev, I'm the United City FM and I've been brought here today as a guest creator to bring you a video on my FM21 top 3 Premier League sides to manage. If you like this kind of content, be sure to check out my channel. All the links are in the description below. You'll find such series as my Aberdeen save currently, where I'm trying to get past both Rangers and Celtic. There's also a lower league management save with Truro City. We're now up in the Championship, which is fantastic, from Tier 7 in English football. And you'll also find more top 3 content as well there on my channel. So go check that out. But if you haven't already, remember also to subscribe here to the FM network. It's really important that you do that. Anyway, let's get and do this. So to start things off, at number 3 on my list is Everton Football Club. There's a number of reasons why they're my third favourite team to manage in the current FM21 Premier League. And let's first off start off looking at their honours. And what we'll find from here is that in the mid-80s, they were really successful. They were a real big powerhouse in English football. They won the English top division, the Premier League, the old first division, in 85 and 87, and were runners-up in 86. They also won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 85. And there was an FA Cup win in 84 as well. So that mid-80s period was their real boom point in most recent history. They've had some success before that, of course, and a little bit after with a couple of cup games here and there, but nothing too spectacular from that point, really. So overall, their history suggests that they are a very big side with particularly big ambitions. And recently, they haven't been fulfilled. There's a good amount of talent in their first team squad. If we go and have a look at the player list, you'll see the likes of England's #1 goalkeeper, Pickford is in the squad. You've got Coleman at right fullback. You've got the likes of Lucas Digne at left fullback. He's really very good. Midfield, you've got the likes of Sigurdsson and Rodriguez, good attacking players. Out wide, you can play the likes of Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin up front, getting you the goals. It's a decent squad. And the finances of the club are all right in the sense that they are able to invest a little bit, possibly not necessarily as much in the first season as you'd like, but that's just part of playing FM21 this season, isn't it, really, with all the pandemic stuff. But overall, historically, this is a big club. And currently, there is a decent squad here. And the third reason, really, why I would encourage you to take Everton on is because their local city rivals of Liverpool, of course, won the Premier League most recently. And it's time for the blue half of Merseyside to get back on top again. Can you do it? Let me know how you get on if you take on this challenge. Everton in at number 3. So in at number 2 is Newcastle United. What can we say about Newcastle United? They are an absolutely massive club. If we go and look at their facilities, for example, St James's Park is a 52,000 capacity all-seater stadium. And on a match day in normal circumstances, that would be absolutely rammed full and absolutely rocking with some amazing supporters up there who have really, really been starved of success for quite a long time. Newcastle in the last decade or so have dropped down into the Championship on a couple of occasions and come back up again. But this club is far, far bigger than that. The question is, can you bring success to Newcastle whilst Mike Ashley is still the owner? That's the real challenge, because this challenge is pretty much about overhauling the entire club and changing the whole philosophy of it, really, to move them forward in a better direction. In terms of the playing squad, it's all right, but it's not really much more than all right, because I would suggest one of Newcastle's biggest issues over the last couple of decades, really, has been their squad building. I don't think it's good enough. There's some youngsters in here. Obviously, you've got the Longstaff pairing of Matty and Sean. So they're going to be in and around your midfield. They've obviously got Joe Willock on loan this season. Can you get him long term? I don't know. Up front, you've got the likes of Callum Wilson, who is an extremely good striker. And at 28, you've still got a few years left in him. So he's someone to build your front line around. But other than that, what else have they got? They've got some decent players. Have they got some very good players? I think you could probably come in here and find better players for them, figure out how to set them up properly, make them more financially secure, and do something with what is pretty much a sleeping giant of a club. No real success recently to talk about. Can you change that? Newcastle in at number 2. So my first of 2 honourable mentions that maybe you would consider managing in the Premier League are Leeds United. And there's a very specific reason for that. If we go and have a look at their honours list, you'll see that in 1992, Leeds United won the Premier League title. And that was an amazing achievement for them at the time. But then the club basically self-imploded. Really poor management of the overall club sent them plummeting, really. And their history shows that as recently as 2010, they were in League One, which is the 3rd tier of English football. So they're now back in the Premier League with a really good manager, it must be said, and a very decent squad to choose from. But can you go in there and continue this rise and take them right the way back to the top of English football and maybe beyond into Europe? There's your challenge. But yeah, Leeds United, an honourable mention. They've got some good players. Obviously, you'll be replacing a really top manager. Facilities are pretty good. Can you do it? Let me know if you do. So my second of 2 honourable mentions are Leicester City. Now, obviously, most of you will remember that recently Leicester City won the Premier League title in 2016, and it was a bit of a bolt out the blue. And then they had a little bit of a dip soon after that, but under Brendan Rodgers are really pushing back up into that top 4 again and look to be a really good team again this most recent season just gone. So I think this is a really good setup. Obviously, they've got the likes of Jamie Vardy, Kasper Schmeichel, Maddison is in there, Tielemans is in there. They've got some really very good players and some decent young players. But the challenge I have for you with Leicester City now is, can you get them back to winning the Premier League consistently and regularly and overtaking the supposed Big Six, and take them properly into Europe and push for a potential dominance in Europe as well? Big questions to answer, but this is a really good club with a very sound setup, and it's all there for you to be successful with. So have you got what it takes? Let me know if you managed to do it. So the number 1 club in my top 3 FM21 teams to manage in the Premier League this season is Tottenham Hotspur. A bit of an obvious choice maybe, but there's so many reasons for it. They are a huge club with huge resources, and their trophy cabinet is absolutely just got nothing in it. It's ridiculous for the size of club that they are. Obviously, they had a run recently in the Champions League that got them to the final and they lost. But look at the rest of it. I mean, they were runners-up in the Premier League a few seasons ago. They won the European Cup Winners' Cup in '63. They won the FA Cup last in 1991. And they've won a little bit of silverware in the Carabao Cup since then. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's always flattering to deceive, really. They get into decent positions and then seem to just become Tottenham and kind of waste it somehow. But everything is in this club for it to be successful with the right person at the helm. Now, the second reason to manage them, of course, is that as we speak, Jose Mourinho has been sacked as their manager and they don't have a permanent manager. So now is the perfect time for you to step in and prove that you're better than Jose even, and get this team moving in the right direction. Because as I say, it's all here. The finances of the club are good. They've got a brand new 60,000+ seater all capacity stadium, which is fantastic. And then we look at the player list. The player list is exceptional in a number of places. Not everywhere, but in a number of places. We've got a very good goalkeeper in Lloris. Maybe we would want a younger version now, but he's not bad at all. There's some good fullbacks here. Maybe central defence is an area where we need to improve Tottenham, but the likes of Reguilon at left fullback is a really, really good option. At 23, he's going to be around for a while as well. The likes of Højbjerg, Winks and Dembele, all in midfield, all perfectly good options. You could probably find some better quality in there, but they're really good squad players to have. And then we get to their attacking lineup. For goodness sake, if we can't make something out of this, then I think we should all probably just stop playing Football Manager full stop, to be honest. They've got Bale, Moura, Ali, Bergwijn, Son, Kane. If you can't find 3 players out of that to make your starting lineup, i.e. Son, Kane and Bale, and make them successful with the likes of Moura, Ali and Bergwijn in rotating options, it's as strong as most teams in the Premier League, really, in terms of its depth across those 3 positions. And there's some fantastic players in there. And I mean, obviously spearheaded by Harry Kane himself, who may not have the pace of a perfect striker, but has got absolutely everything else you need to be a real linchpin in the attacking third for Tottenham, and still young enough to do it for several years. And this is a fantastic setup as a club. I mean, Daniel Levy's always going to back his manager, you would imagine, and give you money to spend. The recent history suggests that there's not much of a pressure on you to succeed ultimately, but that will enable you to come in here with your own ideas, set out the club the way you want it, try and make the most out of all of those great attacking talents, and propel Tottenham to something that they should have been able to do a long time ago, and that is to start winning things, including the Premier League, and then pushing on into Europe. This is a big club needing a big manager. Are you that manager? Let me know if you take on this challenge, because this one I really love doing myself. It's a fantastic team to play. There's lots of challenges in there, but lots of real benefits as well. So let me know how you get on if you take on my #1 choice for top 3 FM21 Premier League sides to manage, and that is Tottenham Hotspur. So that's it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching. If you've got any comments, then leave them below, and either myself or someone from the network team will respond to you at some point in the very near future, I'm sure. Thanks very much to the FM network for allowing me to be here as a guest creator. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel here. And if you like what you see from me, come over to mine and subscribe to mine also. And join my United City community. The more the merrier. Until next time though, I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye for now.